I think the ravenous squirrel is the biggest dick of all. Look at that thing. It's just
just wait.
It just fucked up that cobra.
Anyway,
Look at that thing.
just wait.
Welcome to This Week in MTG with your hosts, Matt Olson, JB, and Danny Oakstad.
Hello and welcome, Magic folks. Episode number 90 of This Week in MTG, your aggregate news source for all things Magic the Gathering. We are your hosts. I'm Matt. That's Danny.
What's up?
And replacing JB for today, we have returning guest.
Wait, well, no, hold on. Today, you told me forever.
Not big shoes to fill, so
We're
we could
Exactly.
keep it forever.
We'll talk about the contract stuff later.
Why did you move my mic?
All right, never mind.
You moved my mic.
The tape was sticking out.
Don't
I'm
worry,
sorry.
my name is Trent. I'm from Deep Fried Conspiracies. I'll finish it myself.
Good
You're
job.
welcome.
Thank you so much, Trent. Joining us, we're glad that you all could join us for this week's episode. It's going to be a good one. Very light in news, but we have cards to talk about because, oh boy, Magic Modern Horizons. I'll get there sooner or later. Modern Horizons 2 has some bomb-ass cards, man. So stick tuned before we go in there. We have a sponsor, J-Dub Sports Cards and Gaming, a little ad that we're going to play for you guys right now.
Thank you for listening to This Week in MTG. If you would like to show support for us, you can check out our amazing sponsor, J-Dub Sports Cards and Gaming, located in the Westacre Malls in Fargo, North Dakota. They are your one-stop shop for all your Magic purchases. They are always stocked up with Ultra Pro and Dragon Shield sleeves and playmats, Commander Precon decks, plus they have an abundance of booster boxes ranging from Amonkhet to Zendikar. J-Dubs also buys and sells Magic singles at competitive prices. Their display case and binders are full of format staples, hidden gems, and other cards for you to bling out all your decks with. With those cards you just bought or traded for, you can make a Modern or Legacy deck so you can play in the Weekend Discord League. Entrance is $10 and games are played over Spell Table. Links are in the show notes. When you reach out, make sure to let them know the guys over at This Week at MTG sent you. Now let's get back to the episode.
Thank you, J-Dubs, for supporting us. Now, dear listeners, if you guys would like to support us as well, you can go over to Patreon and support us there, where we have a couple tiers where you get entered into drawings at the beginning of each month. And on a technicality, since it's the 31st today, we gotta wait till
boom.
next week.
Boom. Boom.
Yeah, but we'll be the first when they hear this.
It will be, yeah. See? There we go. Technicality. Trent,
What?
technicality. When they hear this is going to be the first.
It's not our fault. We recorded it on Monday.
Comes out the first. I just want to give these away.
Okay, whatever
We're
you
good.
want to do.
All right.
Up to you.
We got this. Yeah, we didn't make our 10, folks, like I mentioned last week. If we got to 10, we'd give away a Jumpstart booster pack. I'll hold you all to that still. But
It just comes to me. That's how it works.
so we're going to do a live randomizing of our Patreons for the packs here. Right on air. Let's see, we got that. We have Wade wins the pack.
Oh, that is so rigged. Just because he hops in every time and does the whole Raid Shadow Legends thing, you had to give it to him.
Hey man, random.org. Blame them if anything. Now,
I saw it.
That's right.
now let's go back and enter in the $10 tiers, which can get the Commander staple, which Commander focus card value a card value of $15 to $20. This month is Torment of Hailfire.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a $20 card right there.
You ever put any thought into just giving out a Black Lotus like we talked about?
No.
No? Oh, okay.
Black Lotus is a lot, man. Black Lotus is a lot.
Don't you guys make a lot off the podcast?
Something podcasters don't make money. There's a joke in there somewhere. It's been repeated plenty of times. And This time's winner, we got Noah. New patron joined in last week.
Nice.
You get the Torment of Hailfire. I'm pretty sure. I think he's in the Discord.
I think so.
Maybe. Anyways, we'll contact winners afterwards. If you're live, lucky for you. Okay, Patreon pitch, join for drawings. It seems you can get some good stuff. I don't know what next month's packs and stuff are going to be, but if we make it to 10, we're going to be giving away 2 packs of something. So there's a whole month. Tell your friends. Join in.
They're trying to give away half that information as it is.
For what?
You give away 2 packs. One of them is that Jumpstart. The second one is insert pack name here.
Yeah. But it could change. Maybe both will be Jumpstart. Maybe we'll do a Modern Horizons and a Jumpstart.
Do a conspiracy one.
Ooh, that would be good. We'll have to get you on
Conspiracy.
for that one.
Take the crown.
Okay. Patreon pitch done. Now, guys, here's the breakdown how this episode is going to be laid out for y'all. First off, we're going to go over to the Boggle Desk, which is piloted by Trent, who's going to tell us about some past events and upcoming events. After that, Danny's going to have a blogatog for us, a few quickies, and then pretty much the rest of the episode, we're just going to be talking about Modern Horizons 2 spoilers. Because
it can't get here soon enough. I want it bad.
We're almost to the end of the spoiler season because June 3rd is when the whole set releases.
Hell yeah.
On Moto, not in paper. So, Trent, take us away with the Boggle Desk.
Was it ba-da-da, da-da-da? That's how that goes.
Yeah. I'll clip that. Just have that be the new thing for it. That's how that goes. That'd be
We start with the salt report then?
Yeah. Salt report. So, we're going to try a new thing.
This one's you guys.
We're going to try a new thing in the podcast with J-Dub's league starting up again. We're going to try and give our quick rundown of how we did in league the previous weekend and stuff. So, Danny and I, we played league on Saturday. JB wasn't there. He was out camping, doing boggle things, and, living his boggle life. So, Danny, do you want to start off, or?
No.
So, in league, we had 14 people?
Yep.
14 people play, and top 8 was, or the top 3 players that won points. It's on a point-based system. Wins, you get 3 points, and then from there. It was a E-Tron, and then a Grixis Death Shadow, and finally, it was also
another Grixis, I believe, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was just Grixis Control, if I'm not mistaken. But those are the top 3 decks. Fun fact, Danny and I didn't pilot any of those.
Those are not my colors.
I was playing my Electro Dominance As Foretold Rhinos deck. Blue, red. Primarily it's just control the board, drop a As Foretold, and then start casting Crashing Footfalls, Ancestral Visions off of As Foretold. I won 1 game. I lost 3. The game I won against was against Jeskai Stoneblade. Those games went pretty long. The controlling matchup was fabulous. That's the kind of game that I enjoy to play. Second game, I played against Greentron, and oh boy, Greentron dink stomps my deck. Let's see. Third game, I played against the Grixis Death Shadow that won the game, and he was just a way better pilot than I ever could be. And then I mulled down, and I mulled down to low, and I kept a 1-lander. It was stupid of me to do. I should have kept going.
Yep.
But I kept a 1-lander, and I was stuck on 1 land for 5 turns.
That's rough.
No way I was gonna. Yeah, no way I was gonna win that. Right. So salt level a little high on that, but I did to myself, so I can't be too mad. Let's see. Who was the other one? Who did I play?
Couldn't tell you.
I can't remember. Oh, I played against Through the Breach. That's right. There's a Through the Breach player there. I got Emrakul twice. That's not cool.
I played the same person, and I got Emrakul like 4 times.
How did you live?
Because I was playing Soul Sister.
I guess he hits you a lot and stuff, and you're just like, maybe I can make it through this. Okay, Danny.
Wait, Soul Sisters got through Emrakul?
Well, I survived enough.
With the Annihilator and everything?
Well, I gained enough life.
He was just hoping to like.
Still.
Yeah,
with all the Annihilator, that Annihilator, what, 7? Isn't it?
6.
No, there's 6.
Yep, Annihilator 6. So Danny
How did you
lost.
keep up with that?
Yeah.
Blowjobs.
You can gain life all you want. Doesn't matter unless you have no freaking permanence.
I just gained enough life before you Emerald or annihilated all that shit, and then he just kept doing it. So, yeah, no, yeah, I played. First game was typical Tron, the Artifact Tron. So yeah, E-Tron. Second game was Through the Breach. Third game, I can't remember who it was or what he was playing.
Was that the Dredge player?
No, that was Trevor.
That was Trevor.
I beat Dredge.
Okay, you beat Dredge.
Yeah, no, Dredge. Soul Sister loves Dredge because you're playing cards for free. Sure, okay. Well, I'm just gaining life, and you just can't get up there because you're playing all the like 1/1s.
Yeah, they can't conflagrate large enough.
So it's like, okay, well, I'll just kind of sit back and let you do you. Because I think Trevor, the one game, dredged down to like 6 cards in his library.
Oh, shit.
And then he's like, I can't do this anymore. So I just sat there and picked off his creatures.
Did he deck himself then, or
no? I killed him.
you killed him? Okay.
I finally went walking ballista on him. So I
went all walking ballista on his ass.
that's yeah. I just sat there and waited until it took me probably 14 turns to get to walking ballista. It was bad. It was bad. But yeah, that's how I beat Trevor. Was walking ballista.
So third game, you can't remember who it was? Was it another Tron matchup? So apparently Tron is a big thing in our meta here, folks. So people love their Tron.
I think it was, but
old Tron players.
Oh no, didn't you play against Ryan? I think it was Jeskai Stoneblade, right?
Yes.
Guy with dropping down batter skulls.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one.
Jeskai Stoneblade. That's the match I won.
Yeah, I watched you win that one. No, I just never got my Path to Exiles.
Womp.
That was my only answer for him was Path to Exile, and I pathed him once, and then he bounced his batter skull to his hands. Like, oh, that fucking sucks.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I just couldn't get ahead of him.
Are you gonna get the rest of your pieces to finish your Soul Sisters deck, or are you gonna try another one for next week?
Gonna try and get both decks finished.
Okay.
Because I just need 3 Pyrrhic Rituals for my mono red to get that tournament legal because they're proxied.
Yep.
And then get the other 13 pieces to get green white. Well, I can't finish that one until Horizons 2 is released.
You got some good cards in there.
Yep. I'm only using one.
I'd love to hear your thought. Oh, is it just the green? We'll cover that when we get there.
We'll get up there.
A little highlight for any of those local to Fargo that plays at the J-Dub League. I'll give you a little sneak peek of what I'm going to be playing. I'm bringing back an old Magic classic. I was going to play it for the first time in League, but I could not find my Snapcaster Mages. Found them. They're in another deck box that I forgot. Found them. But I'm going to be
always check your deck box.
A Grixis control deck. There's going to be Creeping Tar Pits in there. And I don't know how much else I want to say.
You're the reason Magic is no fun.
Yeah, Grixis control. I'm going to bring it. Come at me. But that was a long salt report there.
That's the whole point of salt.
That's why
report.
It's salty. You ever see that playmat where it's got like it's all white and it has like a little salt shaker tipped over and it says pro tip, a player can concede the game at any time. I wanted that so bad.
Oh, that's so good. I saw the one where it was like just the salt tipping over. I can't remember if there was words behind it or something. But yeah, pro trip. Pro trip. A Raywer can play the game at any time.
I'm working hard.
I don't know. Words are hard.
I'm hardly working is what I see.
I'm just waiting to upgrade my mono red deck so Tron hate.
Oh man, there's just gonna be so much good Tron stuff. We're gonna talk about that here before.
Yep.
Let's talk about this modern challenge on Moto here, Trent.
Modern challenge. In first place, God.
Sodak.
People, they're so God. What is it?
Sodak.
It's like there's a Q, not even a K or a C.
Yeah, but Q.
Sodak. Q. Sodak quoi.
Sodak.
Sounds French.
Sodak.
Oui.
Whatever.
Sodak.
I don't care. They placed first, and they were playing. Does he even say what it is?
No, it's Dredge. It doesn't say the name. You just like look. That's the weird thing. It's like you got to look at the cards to like know the deck.
That's why I don't do this segment, because I don't know.
Dredge. Okay, so they played a form of dredge. Okay. A very bad form of dredge.
It's a stock list. Their new card's been added in here, actually. Thrilling Discovery from Strixhaven. Dredge players like this because it's a red-white sorcery. You gain 2, then you may discard 2 cards. If you do, draw 3 cards. So this is your 5 through 8 copy of Cathartic Reunion as ways to fill up your graveyard and be drawing more cards for dredging.
Interesting. All right. Second place, Will the Pill, playing a form of what looks like Eldrazi's and artifacts.
Etron.
Karn the Great Distorter, Eugene, Walking Ballista. Yeah, that's all that good stuff in there. Third place, how many of these do you want?
Up to 8th.
Oh, God. All right, in third place, we have Moon 11.
Tron.
Another Tronish deck. Same thing with just all his dust, Mind Stone. Yeah, same damn thing.
Yep.
Do something more original. In fourth place, Megalicaster, doing what looks like mono white.
Oh, this is going to be...
Flicker Wisp, Elite Spellcaster. I'm assuming it's some kind of a life...
Stoneforge.
Game.
It's
Stoneforge Mystic. Okay, yeah.
It's a Yorion Blink deck. Because it has 80 cards. Yorion's in the sideboard.
Oh, yes. There it is.
Giver of Ruins, Skyclaves. Let's see. They're running the
Fatal
Elite
Push is in the
Spellbinder.
sideboard. Isolate.
Elite Spellbinder, new card from Strixhaven. I love that card. Just the fact that it just exiles a card from an opponent's hand and it puts that permanent tax on it, even if Spellbinder is gone, is super powerful.
Interesting. Fifth place, Salami. Blue, black, white,
We got
Thoughtseize,
Adnaz.
Serum Visions, draw cards. What's that?
Adnaz. It's good to see.
Adnaz?
Yeah, Ad Nauseam. It's good to see that this deck wasn't completely hosed after losing Simian Spirit Guides, because that was the primary way to do that. It shifted over to Thassa's Oracle as its primary win condition now, because before it could do the Lightning Storm. You discard your cards in your hand and you got to pay 3. So you'd have Simian Spear Guides, exile them, make 3 mana, discard your whole hand, and just dome them for 50 and stuff. So,
all right, sixth place, MDV Win. Looks like a form of burn / prowess of some sort.
Yeah, this
Prowess burn.
Spike.
Yeah, just Boros Burn. The only prowess creature is Monastery Swift Spear, but Goblin Guides, Eidolon of the Great Revel. Nothing too... They're putting in Skullcrack in the main board. I'm guessing that's for the Heliod decks.
Interesting. So seventh place, we have Mistake N with 2 N's. This looks like a land... It's got to be some kind of a landfall deck. Maybe not.
Amulet Titan.
What? No, is it?
Yep, Amulet of Vigor, Primeval Titan.
Oh, Amulet of Vigor. Okay, Primeval Titan. I gotcha.
Yep. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Nothing. This is just stock list of past. Nothing from Strixhaven in this.
And then I guess in 8th place we got Bocha. Wucha? Wucha? Bucha? Bocha? Yeah, I don't know. What is this one? Like a flashback? Draw 3 cards, dredge, more dredge. Yep. Oh, it's the same thing as the first one, dredge.
Yep, dredge.
All dredge bullshit.
They just they made a top 8. They didn't do as well as, what was the first guy? Sodek?
Sodek, yeah.
Didn't do as well as Sodek, but made a top 8, so that's something. Also running 4 Thrill of Discoveries in here. Yeah. Very good looking modern standings, I'd say. Pretty diverse, but it's interesting to see that Dredge is now pulling up multiple in the top 8. Previous weeks, it was always like, is it Blitz or Prowess-esque of sorts?
Yeah. Hex, yeah. Well, that should be it for that one. Moving on, we have the Channel Fireball Pro Showdown. You want top 8 for this one too?
Yep, top 8. This one will be easier. Dang. It has like the deck names at least.
It actually has the names. Thank God for Channel Fireball.
Yep. Well, yeah.
First place, Jun Food. I still hate the fact that they put food in Magic.
It's an interesting concept.
You couldn't do treat, like Jun Treat. No, it has to be food. I don't know. I'm not a fan of food in Magic.
This is
second place.
This is a historic event, by the way. For the showdown.
Hex, yeah, it is. So first place, John Food. Second place, Is It Phoenix?
Dude, Is It
It goes
Phoenix?
to top 4. Okay.
Yeah, just read down in order
Is
like
It
that.
Phoenix? Is It Phoenix? Top 8. Jeskai Control, Jeskai Control, Jeskai Control, Is It Phoenix? And then just all downhill from there.
Yeah, the Jeskai
So within
Control
the top
ones,
8, within the top 8, if you're not playing either Is It Control or Jeskai Control or Is It Phoenix, you're not really seem like you're gonna make it.
yeah, with the addition of Brainstorm and Memory Lapse, these decks are happy for that. Is It Phoenix has Faithless Looting in Historic, so those decks were bound to start showing up in multitudes because I don't know. Phoenix decks just have a following behind them of people that are like, that's my Phoenix. I'm part of that. It got taken away from us in Modern, so we're going to play it in Historic, and now we get Brainstorm on top of that. It's interesting. I wonder how well Is It Phoenix would do in Legacy. But yeah, those Jeskai Control ones, Kahira, they Orphan Guard, so no creatures in them. Just Shark Typhoons is the way to be making creatures. And yeah.
Shark Typhoon. God. Good old Shark Typhoon. Leave it up to that.
Holds power, man. Holds power.
All right. Okay. So now I suppose we're going to move on to the upcoming events. Modern Horizons 2 pre-release event via Spell Table. That's right. Via Spell Table, you can do your Modern Horizons 2 pre-release events. So the events coming up. The Spell Table pre-release events is stuffed with competition, gameplay, and fun over the next 3 days. Day 1, Friday, June 11th, 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. Day 2, Saturday, June 12th, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Day 3, Saturday, June 13th, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. You can view all these details on mh2party.com. Battle for your team. Pick a team with your favorite inflectors, and then earn points throughout the pre-release events to see which team rules. Sealed deck matches. The classic pre-release showdown using 40 cards. Deck build with 6 Modern Horizons 2 packs. World boss match. Challenge a foe no one can defeat alone in similarities. God, I can't say that.
Simultaneous.
Thank you.
I got you.
3 against 1 encounters streamed live on Discord. Between matches activities, take a breather after matches and earn points for your team by joining Magic Trivia and Pack 1, pick 1 game on Discord. Magic Trivia, oh boy. Not going to like Magic Trivia.
Yeah, I didn't do that last time. This is all going to be hosted on the Channel Fireball Discord, so you can join there, and they'll have their Discord teams that you can join in, where it's like !team, and the teams are Team Chatterfang, Team Dakin, Team Garth. Got those 3 teams to choose from, and there's a bunch of Magic influencers that are in these. You got the likes of Talia Vess, Martin Yuza, Megan Wolf, Ben Wheeler, Pleasant Kenobi, Ashlyn Rose, Tappy Toe Claus, Olivia Gabbert Hicks, Amazonian, Voxy, Marshall Sutcliffe, Riley Knight, Adrian Mengucci. So those would be the influencers that you'd be playing against. Descriptions and stuff, links below.
All right, we'll move on then to the Insight Historic 5K. The Historic Open Tier 1 5K. The time is 5 a.m. PDT. Entry fee $15 plus MTG. Melee fee. Melee. 20 sale price less until 6/4. After that, it's $20 plus the melee fee. Format Historic, best of 3 rounds, double elimination, 2 losses, and you are out of the event. Number of rounds, subject to change. Usually it's an 11 rounds. That's what you should be expecting. Prizes, first place, $1,250 plus 50 insights. Second, $750 US plus 30 insights. Third and fourth, 500 plus 15 insights. 5th through 8th, 200 plus 10 insights. 9 through 16, 100 US plus 5 insights. And 17 through 32nd, $25 and 2 insights.
This seems pretty dope.
Yeah, that is pretty insane.
Insight Esports coming up in the clutch here with a bunch of good online events. Right now, there's only 5 people enrolled. I mean, 4 days of the time that we're recording this to register. You're going to have a cap of 512.
Heck yeah. Then, to Zan, here we go.
Yeah. So we have no BNRs this weekend, or this week. Hopefully, Thoughts of Oracle gets banned permanently from everything. Just because
Just mad because you can't beat it.
No, it's just I easily beat it. It's just it's just a stupid card.
Yeah, we've made our peace with this on this podcast before. All of us here think it's, like at least Madcap or not Laboratory Maniac, and
Laboratory Maniac, Madcap, Experiment.
I'm going.
So you're thinking of?
I was, but Laboratory Maniac, Jace, Wielder of Secrets, not Wielder of Secrets, Wielder of Mysteries. Like they're easier. No,
T3 should just be banned too.
I mean, it's gone in historic and it was gone in standard, I think, but it's still in modern. But with Jace and Labman and Thassa, it's like Thassa's the cast trigger. Like Labman and Jace, like they can all be interacted with before that shit happens.
Yep.
So it's like they've put Stifle into historic, and we have counter abilities in modern and stuff as well. I don't know. It's stupid design.
Yep. So anyways, moving along to Block Dogs. I have a couple this week. So they're going to be based off of what's to come with Modern Horizons 2. So the first one comes from I'm One Crazy Cat. They ask, "Good morning, Mark. Who's more responsible for the consumer perception on a set? The set is called Modern Horizons 2, but had it been called anything else, I think we'd have fewer people upset about the large amount of commander/casual focus in the set. I love many of the cards spoiled so far, but they didn't align with my expectation for the set. I feel like I was misled into pre-ordering. Is this issue the focus of design team? Marketing? Question." Mark's reply back is, "I think you have a misleading idea of what Modern is. Yes, high-end tournament play is a component, but Modern is also a very popular casual play format where people play decks they enjoy playing, even if those decks don't have a great win percentage."
Yeah, I think this question is just like goes off of trying to make the Modern Horizons 2. You mean Commander Horizons 2?
Yep.
Whole bullshit.
Here's the thing: they seem like one of those people that's a standard / whatever player.
Yep.
Where for me, I mostly play Modern. I play Commander, but I love playing Modern more than anything else. This set focuses on, I guess if you want to call me, a certain part of the Magic community where I like playing Modern. I don't like playing Standard. This bypasses Standard and allows me to have basically a set of my own.
Yep.
Where all the cards are dedicated towards me or people like me, if there are people like me. Where everybody else, Standard, you have many more cards that come out repeatedly just for you, and then eventually they trickle their way down to me to be able to use them for whatever.
Yep.
But this one just jumps straight to me, and there's a bunch of cards for Commander. But if you're wondering why Modern Horizons is a thing, it's not because of Standard. Standard sucks.
I feel a good argument against this is like, if you're thinking that Modern Horizons 2 is for Commander, it's like, well, what about Strixhaven? Strixhaven had actual Commander products, and they have some really prominent Commander cards printed in the set as well. I don't know. It's just people finding a way to, I don't know what people's thoughts are.
They want to be mad because you can't play anything in Standard. That's it. They wanted the lands. They wanted those lands to be in there for Standard just to break the game again.
No, this person's saying is that his expectation was for he was expecting Modern, but it seems that it's more Commander and casual focused. It's like, I don't know, man. Like, all the cards that we've been seeing are competitively
what are
viable.
you other than that new Commander that we just talked about a little ago that we'll probably get into later? What else are you looking at? The lands? Well, yeah, the lands you can play. We bring up the fetch lands, but those are mostly played in Modern, and those are huge in Modern
And Legacy as well.
Well, okay.
Well,
Legacy,
that's
that
that's
way.
the thing. Modern Horizon or any modern set isn't just for moderns. Everything that's vintage or legacy or commander, it's the old cards that are getting reprinted, so you can actually use them and not have to pay thousands of dollars for a card.
We got a Mew in the chat saying, shockingly, a product can appeal to more than one demographic. WotC's doing their job.
They're making money doing it correctly.
But modern stuff is always more expensive.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's the high-powered cards that are
Well, I mean,
sought after.
Exactly.
Commander raises a lot more of the prices because
well, yeah, I
the
know
reason
that.
why Craterhoof is still expensive, it's not just because it's a modern deck, but you got Commander players wanting it.
Well, and
You
it's
got
so few. Well, how many
the-
printings of Craterhoof are there been?
There's a good amount. You got the original Avacyn one. There's a Jumpstart one. It got printed in
Like, I mean, like an actual standard, like an actual set.
actual
printings.
standard set was Avacyn Restored.
So it's only been printed in 2 sets. Avacyn and then Jumpstart. Everything else is more of a, hey, buy this deck and you get Craterhoof.
Modern Masters 2017. So yeah,
So
printed
it's
3 times.
3 times. Okay.
I love the big 1017. Gas. A Mew. Are you suggesting that you can play cards in other formats? How dare you? How dare
Big G.
you? That's good.
No, right? It's just one of those things like some people are stuck in their lane and they can't think of anything else but their lane.
Yeah, you get Commander players that are like, Commander's the biggest format, and it's all about Commander. This is just me off the cuff, like thinking of a thing here. Like, it says like you tell a Commander player, everybody knows that Commander is the biggest format, and so they're like, this is our format now. All cards should be printed just for Commander. It's like, hold on, back off. There's more ways to play the game than just fucking Commander.
But here's the thing, though. Every card is printed for Commander.
No, not every card is printed for Commander. Look at all the draft chaff
But
that's
here- but
good
here's-
in
but here-
drafting.
but
You're forgetting
that's-
about draft as
But
well.
that's not what I'm saying. Every card can be played in Commander unless it's
Yes.
on the very small ban list.
Right.
So every card technically is printed for Commander, is what I was just trying to make a joke out.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't saying, no, every card's meant for Commander and Commander only. No, I was just making a little side joke. It's like, hey, every card technically is printed for Commander
Smart.
unless it's banned. But no, I agree. It's this deck or this set, I guess, isn't mainstream competitive Modern. It's more for the janky brewers of Modern.
Dude, no.
Wait, hold on. What? Say that again.
Well, so
Janky Brewers.
yeah, the janky brewers.
Hmm.
It's the new it's the new podcast episodes we're gonna have. Home brews with home brews with hometown brews. Janky brews with hometown brews.
It's coming, y'all. It's coming.
Like,
We're working on stuff.
It's funny because nobody else gets that except for you and me, man, about the Janky Brews.
I do get that.
I know. I said nobody else gets it but you and I.
I think Danny, that went over his head too.
Yeah, probably.
It did. It did.
But anyways, moving along to our next one. So this is again based off of for anyone who's seen the spoilers, you'll understand this. So this one comes from Aaron Loves MTG. He asks, why does Garth get around their reserve list?
How? Not why. How?
Fine, how or why?
Same thing. Same difference.
Just different words. So Garth is not on the reserve list, and generating effects from cards on the reserve list is not forbidden by the reserved list. So the reason why they're asking about this is Garth's ability. Again, we'll get back to this later on. Let me pull up his abilities real quick. You have him choose a card that hasn't been chosen from among the next 5 cards before. So you have Disenchant, Brain Geyser, Terror, Shivan Dragon, Regrowth, and the Black Lotus. Create a copy of that card from the chosen name. You may cast that copy. So you have to pay its mana cost or mana value. Sorry.
No. So we're not saying that here. We're not saying that here.
That right there is just there. We go. You just brought JB to life.
Mana value can eat it.
No,
It can eat the biggest of ones it can find. Mana value sucks. Anybody who likes mana value can eat it too.
So the whole debacle with Garth came from the fact that it has the Black Lotus on text on its card and saying, hey, you can play with Black Lotus in Modern now because of it. And everyone's pissed off because, like, hey, you're just gonna wreck the cost of the Black Lotus because of this card. But you're not printing the Black Lotus. You're just allowing this card to make a copy of it as a token.
No, not a token.
Well,
you get a copy. Yeah, you're making a copy of the spell, and you, like, quote unquote can get the spell. You have to make your tokens because they're not reprinting.
Yeah, I get that.
You can find your Shivan Dragons for cheap, though. You can, like, have your Shivan.
Well, you can get a lot of those for cheap.
Yeah, they're all cheap cards, except for the fact that it's Black Lotus. And the thing that makes Black Lotus important, if I'm not mistaken, on the lore part of this, Garth One-Eyed was one of the first characters introduced into the story part of Magic. Yep. If I'm not mistaken, Vorthos out there, correct me if I'm wrong. I think he was the one that created the Black Lotus. So
I was looking at article. I think it was one of the guys from Fargo here on the Paradoxes. These 5 spells are the spells that he cast.
Okay. So
in the lore, these are the 5 things that he used.
Okay.
So that is why with him you can tap, create a copy of it, and cast it.
Flavor win for sure.
So this would go into our idea of doing a lore podcast on Magic, getting into things like this. But that's just one thing that I heard or read. So it's just, I don't know. I don't know if this guy's going to be legal for a while. And really, so the guy's cost is Uberg, and he doesn't have haste. So the soonest you can use this without ramping like crazy is turn 6. A turn 6 Black Lotus is really worthless in Modern.
Turn 6 gets you to 9. But yeah, like
in Modern, though.
If you're waiting 5 turns, like this card, I can definitely see, the argument of like, oh, this is more Commander mindset in mind. But there are people online that have already been working on deck lists of Garth to be able to get Black Lotus and stuff. And not just in Modern either, like into Legacy as well.
That's the thing. People have already created a turn 3 Infinite with this card.
See?
And it's not even using Black Lotus. It's because of Dragon. Shivan Dragon. It's a turn 3 or like a turn 3 or turn 4 Infinite with Shivan Dragon. It's his ways of casting cards that get this guy out sooner and just creating a crap ton of dragons. I think we shared it one day.
It was on Commander Spellbook.
Yeah, exact that one. Yeah. Like, what was it? 3 days after it got spoiled, they already had the combo out there.
Yeah, people found it.
Yeah.
It's not bad. I don't know. They're not going to be printing a token of the cards that way you can like have the spell because it's the spell and stuff, which is unfortunate. We were talking about me and Keegan were talking about that at work. It's like it'd be easy enough to make a token for each of those spells, but make them like emblems, like a Planeswalker emblem. Just have the same thing.
Couldn't you just use the copy ones that are already out there? When you copy something, they already have the copy token cards. Couldn't you just use those instead? You don't even have to use those. Just
yeah,
they
can
be
out there,
or just make like a treasure token with the name and their ability, not have the artwork or something. I don't know. It's just people are getting butthurt over nothing, or making things up so that you can get butthurt, however you want to put it.
Why wouldn't you want the price of the Black Lotus to come down? Then you could buy it.
It's not coming down far enough for people to buy it.
I don't know why.
Still, print it. Print it.
It's good.
Print it.
It's a good aspiration to have to get a Black Lotus. Like that's it's one of those weird things. And this goes into like collecting Magic being a piece of cardboard that has huge monetary value behind it, and Wizards' promise of the reserve list. Like it's a whole mixture of everything that makes, puts people up in arms on either side of the fence. It's like, keep the reserve list. We have money back here because of it. Or abolish the reserve list because we want to buy these cards at a cheaper price. Honestly, to that, I think it's better just to keep the reserve list. Like it's an uphill battle to try and abolish the reserve list. I'm going to say it here, going to say it now. Keep it. What the fuck does it matter? Let all the people who have all that fucking money, have all those fucking cards, just like sit in their high castles, do their shit. Like it's going to mean jack shit to us. WotC's already shown that they're going to be printing workarounds to reserve list cards. We got Wheel of Misfortune. We have Wheel of Fate. because Wheel of Fortune is a reserve list card, but they're showing that they can do workarounds to print these. You have Lotus Bloom,
Jeweled
which
Lotus.
is suspended. Yeah, and Jewel Lotus, like those are suspended, or those are copies of like a Black Lotus,
Lotus Petal. Yeah.
Black Lotus adjacent and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
things like that.
So how does I must have missed this? How does having a Black Lotus token, like it's just a token card? It would say token Black Lotus. How does that depreciate the value of if they were to make that? How would that depreciate the value of the Black Lotus card itself? Just because it says Black Lotus on there and token?
Yeah, that's what most people are pissed off about. So I know one person I talked with, they were just mad because it says Black Lotus.
Oh,
you create a copy of Black Lotus.
Black Lotus.
It's just the fact that you create a copy of Black Lotus, the number one card in Magic.
Yeah, because it specifically doesn't say a token of Black Lotus, so they can't like just pack their metaphorical token and shit and stuff in there. It's one of those things. You have it or you don't. And people that are like, well, now we're going to complete the set. It's like, go support like artists online that make proxies of these cards.
Yeah.
You got the proxy guy that does this stuff. A whole bunch
even though it doesn't say token, it still says copy. So therefore, it's not an actual thing. You're just casting the copy.
Yep.
Create a copy of the card. Yeah, it's a copy. So it's not the actual thing.
Yeah. No, it's
So why not just make a token of it, or even better yet, just put copy, Black Lotus copy, or Sylvan Dragon copy. Make that into the card now. Why keep it to artifacts or
they should have well, they can't put token in there because you can't cast tokens.
But then just put copy on there.
Well, which they do.
Just put Black Lotus copy.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Therefore, it's not Black Lotus. It shouldn't appreciate the value of the Black Lotus.
And it won't.
And everybody can go happy because they can have a special card that says, oh, Black Lotus, cool, look at that. But it just says copy on it.
No, yeah.
Make those cards. Make those, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7-ish, whatever. Make those their own separate things, and then just put copy as the text on there.
Yep.
I don't know why you wouldn't. If everybody's mad that it's just going to say Black Lotus, just put copy on there. Therefore, it separates. They're two separate cards.
Yeah.
One's the actual Black Lotus. The other one's the copy of the Black Lotus.
Stuff that like this that just seems intuitive or like right there for us. I don't know. Like Wizard, I don't know what Wizards got going on with things like this. The reserve list definitely puts a whole monkey wrench in shit like this. But
you have all the whales complaining. I want the reserve list to stay because I have a card on the reserve list that actually is worth money now. So.
See, that's the thing. It's like that's what I'm saying. Just keep the reserve list as a thing. Other copies, more functional copies, better copies that are going to be printed a lot more are going to be out there. Wheel of Misfortune, Commander Legends is a set that was printed a lot. You can find that cheap, and that's just as good as a Wheel of Fortune.
You just got to suspend it.
No, Wheel of Misfortune.
Yeah.
Wheel of Fate is the one with suspend.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought Wheel of Misfortune was too.
No, Wheel of Misfortune, same cost. You choose a number, and things happen at that point. I can't remember the exact text of the card. But, like, what? To those that want to aspire to get old cards, like, do it. If that's what you want, if that's the road you want to go down, do it. Just understand, it's going to be hard as fuck. Because, first off, people are already getting reserve list cards, like, graded and stuff like crazy. If you're wanting to play with these cards, you're not going to find it very easily due to the fact that they're getting slabbed up. These cards are getting slabbed up. You're not going to find good cards to play with in person. They're all going to be shit cards.
Yeah.
And even the shit cards are getting slabbed. I don't know. It's reserve list talk. Let's have an after.
Is this the part where we just say quit your bitching and move on?
Yes.
I'm sorry I grabbed two Black Tugs that were kind of controversial.
How dare you do this to us?
Hold on. How long did that go? That was 20 minutes.
You're welcome.
20-minute blog talks.
You're welcome.
Oh my god.
That means we had a good topic.
Way
to go. Good job, Danny.
I got
Way
two
to go.
good ones.
Yeah.
Kudos.
Oh no, I'll give you that.
I actually did something this week.
Let's blow through these quickies here real quick, Trent.
Okay. News quickies. All right. This Thursday, the best day of the year. June 3rd, the best day of the year.
No, today is the best day of the year.
No. June 3rd is the best day of the year.
Nope, today is.
There will be the release of Modern Horizons 2 for Magic the Gathering Online only. And the following week on June 11th, the pre-release will take place in either your TT, LGS, or over spell table.
In your LGS. That was a typo on my part. My bad.
TEE. How does TEE in your make it? Never mind. We're done.
I don't know. I was typing on my phone. Probably fucked up there somehow.
Fat fingered.
In either your LGS or over spell table.
All right. And we talked about the spell table stuff earlier. Links above. Next in the quickies, Wizards of the Coast is a sponsor of DigiPride 2021. So DigiPride is back for their 2021 season, which runs from June to August here on the gaming magazine and across Twitch. Events include a digital drag show, DigiPride panels, specialist Let's Play streams, weekly Rainbow Arcade DigiPride streams, special episodes of the gaming podcast live, and more to be revealed. Among with other sponsors, there's Xbox, Sega, Sold Out, Metatonic, and 2K Games. Links in the description down below. They got the schedule and stuff listed up here. There's like Space Invaders, Stream Queens, Queer Game Market Panel, and stuff like that. So links below for that if you are down to be part of the gaming community. But now, the juicy topics we have. I don't know, juicy topics. Juicy cards to talk about. We already covered one in good detail, I'd say here. Garth One-Eyed.
Yep.
I think we can leave that guy alone.
Mm-hmm.
So, as of today, first off, yeah, we're just gonna like talk about. Well, let's each give us like 5 cards just scrolling down so far that we each like, and try and summarize it quick and see what happens there. I know we'll go in tangents, so
I want to do the squirrel.
Okay.
That was mine.
Which squirrel?
You can have it. The squirrel.
Chatterfang.
Chatterfang?
The Squirrel General. Yes, Chatterfang the Squirrel General. 2 generic, 1 green. Legendary creature, Squirrel Warrior. Forest Walk. If 1 or more tokens would be created under your control, those tokens plus that many 1/1 green squirrel creature tokens are created instead. Then you can pay a black, sacrifice X squirrels. Target creature gets minus X or plus X minus X until end of turn. Hell yeah.
Yep.
I'm happy about that.
So squirrels not only are going to be getting an even stronger presence in Commander, but they're also going to have a super strong presence in Modern now because of this. Like, there's a Modern deck here, and green-black squirrels fight me at it. It's there.
I can't wait.
I'm going to try and build it.
There we go. Is that going to be one of our
Golgari Squirrel Elves
home brews with hometown brews?
Maybe.
There we go. Another squirrel card in there that was announced today. Today. We have Chitter Spitter, green 2 artifact.
Say that 10 times fast.
Chitter Spitter, Chitter Spitter, Chitter Spitter, Chitter Spitter, Chitter Spitter, Chitter Spitter. Oh my god, that's so it's rough.
Keep going.
Chitter Spitter, Chitter Spitter, Chitter Spitter, Chitter Spitter, Chitter Spitter.
Done.
At the beginning of your upkeep, you may sacrifice a token. If you do, put an acorn counter on Chitter Spitter. Squirrels you control get +1/+1 for each acorn counter on Chitter Spitter, and then it has an activated ability of green tap, create a 1/1 green squirrel creature token.
Nice.
It feeds into itself. It makes all the other tokens, your squirrel tokens. I mean, it doesn't have to be squirrel tokens that get the buff. It's just squirrels in general get the buff. Like this could be good. The amount of squirrels that you get. We already talked about that 1-drop enchantment one that makes a squirrel and then comes back to your hand when something happens.
Yep.
Oh my god, is that seriously a green Norn the Weary?
Yeah, but it's an enchantment. It's an enchantment. Not when anybody casts a spell. Let's see. I'll find it just for you, Trent. Here. I know.
Oh no, it's okay.
It was one of the first things spoiled. Actually, let's go this way. Don't release by spoiler date. Sort by color. There we go. This will help a hell of a lot faster.
Sort by color.
Yeah, man. This will help a lot faster to try and find things. In the black, the red, in the green. There we go. Where's that enchantment? Not that one. Oh, I got a card I want to talk about. Danny, tell your card while I'm trying to find this. Oh, of course I just found it. Squirrel Sanctuary.
Of course I just found it.
Yeah, Squirrel Sanctuary, green enchantment. When Squirrel Sanctuary enters the battlefield, get a green squirrel. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, you may pay 1, and then you can return it to your hand. So you got to pay. So.
Yep. So for those who hate Tron, card for you, Void Mirror. It's a 2-drop artifact. Whenever a player casts a spell, if no colored mana was spent to cast it, counter that spell.
It does more than Tron as well.
Well, yeah, or yeah.
My as foretold is gonna get smoked by things like this.
This is definitely being sideboarded into all my decks.
Yeah. Cascade, it also smokes out because, and those are all decks that people use.
Yep.
Bring to light style decks because you get to cast it without paying its mana cost.
Yep.
With Bring
Anyone
to Light.
who's using Aether Vials.
Yep. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
no, Aether Fire puts into play. It's not casting. Void Mirror says if it's cast without
suppose,
mana.
yeah.
So Aether Vial does get around that.
Omniscience, though, because you can cast without paying mana.
Correct. Yes. Not too many Omniscience decks, but
Well, still.
in Legacy, Omnishow, that's a deck I know of. So
Omnishow.
that could be a good piece to fight Omnishow then. But the real Tron hate.
No, you're not playing. That's mine.
You're doing
That one's mine too.
Okay, fine.
That is, I've already called that one.
Okay, you got that one. I will talk about probably a card that
I'm confused on a card here.
Which card?
I don't know if you guys have this one or not. It's a black card that I'm looking at. Do you guys have that one? That I don't want to take it if it's somebody else's.
No, go ahead, read it.
So Brad's Cabal Minion. It's being reprinted.
Braid's Cabal Minion.
Yeah. 2 generic, 2 black, legendary creature, human minion. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player sacrifices an artifact, creature, or land. Now, it's legal in Legacy and Vintage only. Commander, it's banned, and that's all it says.
Correct.
It's restricted from any other format, but it's getting reprinted. Interesting.
Yeah. This is going to be interesting. It's a human.
So
it's a human.
So that whole thing about it's all meant for Commander. This card cannot be played in Commander.
Yeah, right. Here we go. Fight us. Braid's Cabal Minion, though, could be good in human-style decks because it's a human. Humans have very strong synergy, and just the fact that this is just like a very taxing piece. Oh, Smallpox. Like Smallpox decks would It'd be hard for them to get to 4 mana, though. Live thinking out loud here. Smallpox, yeah, you don't really want to be casting anything at 4 in a Smallpox-style deck because that's like the Rack. Rack has Smallpox in there for that. Maybe. But humans? Question mark with Braids?
Yeah, but only in Legacy and Vintage.
And Modern.
It doesn't say Modern.
It will be legal in Modern when Modern Horizons 2 comes out.
I suppose, yeah. Well, that makes sense.
So you find the card, Matt? Or do you want me to do mine?
Yeah, you can do your card.
Okay.
I'll find another one.
So, another Tron hate card. Obsidian Charmaw. It's a red 3 dragon. The spell costs 1 last cast for each land your opponents control that could produce a generic mana symbol. Has flying as a 4/4. When Charmaw enters battlefield, destroy target non-basic land and opponent controls.
Yeah, this thing is good. Any red deck. So if you're on the play against Tron, they have 2 Tron pieces out. That reduces this by 2, making it 3 mana to cast. So on your turn 3, you can tag one of their Tron pieces and have a 4/4 as backup.
Yep.
Even if they're on the play, it's even better because then you got if they're on 3, they're probably going to be casting their Eldrazi or their Karn, and something like that. But then you can drop this, tag one of their lands, and have a 4/4 to be threatening that Karn or that Ugin with. At least with Ugin, they're going to have to. They can't plus it to deal 3 damage to it, and I don't think it'll have enough loyalty in Ugin will to neg exit to kill this after 1 turn.
No,
so, Karn would get it. It would exile it down.
Yeah, because
but that's if they drop another piece of Tron after you blow up 1 piece. So this card is.
You always go against what is it? Tower. Tower. You just always go after tower.
Tower's always the right choice. Oh man. So here's a bit of a salt report. mid salt report.
And
I
saw this play live.
Yeah, this play was live. So, same situation. I was on the play. It was my turn 3. I had a pillage in hand. This is game 2 against that Tron player. So I had pillage in hand to destroy a land. My opponent had a Urza's power plant and an Urza's mine.
Oh no!
So I knew they were going to have Tron, and I'm like, I got to choose which one of these to blow up. And I have a deep feeling that they're going to have either one. They're going to have either the mine or the power plant still in hand along with the tower. And so I'm like, okay, it's a 50-50 shot. What's it going to be? So I blow up the power plant, or I blow up the mine, and I'm like, okay, let's hope nothing happens. Next turn, drops down the mine. And I'm like, I thought I got it. Because then after that, he played his Tron piece, and I was out of there at that point. But yeah, late salt report there with that. But I got a card. I got a card here. I'm gonna keep it in red. Oh man. I'll start with Flame Blitz. This is a goofy card. It's a sideboard card, 100%. Single red enchantment. At the beginning of your end step, Flame Blitz deals 5 damage to each planeswalker, and it has cycling 2. At the beginning of your end step, so you're casting this, you're dropping this down, and you're just instantaneously blasting something for 5 at the beginning the beginning of your end step every turn. You're gonna take out Teferis, Jaces, Narsets, and stuff like that. It'll weaken Ugin. It'll weaken Karn. I'm trying to think of like what other prominent planeswalker kills Liliana. Plus it all you want. Kills a Liliana.
Well, it kills a lot of planeswalkers, if not all planeswalkers.
Yeah.
Because not many planeswalkers can get over 5 in one turn.
Unless you're playing Super Friends.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but
In Commander, if you're playing Super Friends, stuff like that.
But
That's
yeah,
about the only thing that
for
can get
modern,
past it right away.
For modern,
Modern,
though,
no.
Yeah.
Modern, no. I got a card here if you guys are ready.
One more thing about that Flame Blitz. The art. So we all remember the curses from the Commander product where it's like Curse of Opulence, Curse of Terror, and stuff like that, where there's this planeswalker in the art that is always having this bad luck happen to him. He's the one that's getting burnt here. So I just found that funny. But yes, Trent, go on.
I want to move to colorless.
Okay.
So we have Academy Manufactor, 3 colorless artifact creature assembly worker, legendary. If you would create a clue, food, or treasure token, instead create one of each. He's a 1/3. Boom. Anybody that plays either one of those can just create all those.
Yeah.
Let people that play treasures and foods and clues, I guess, too, in modern.
Two of the prominent clue makers are Titleist Tracker and Thraben Inspector. This could be like just kind of like win more in those style of decks. This could, though, bring to light a very good treasure style token, because there are a lot of decks that want to be making treasures, especially with a Prismari command. If you have this out in a Prismari command, making a treasure and a food and a clue seems pretty good. So there's definitely good synergies that can come from this. And then, of course, in Commander, this is going to be a solid card if your deck is going to be based around food, clues, or treasures. I mean, treasures are in there. You got Dockside Distortionist.
It could be any of them. Just pick one, you get all.
Dockside Distortionist with this thing is going to be bonkers because it makes treasures equal to the number of enchantments and artifacts your opponents control. And so let's just say that there's 5 out there and you cast Dockside Extortionist while this is out. You're going to get 15 tokens, 5 clues, 5 foods, 5 treasures. That doesn't seem half bad to me.
So with Chatterfang, do you get a scroll for each one of those tokens?
How is Chatterfang worded? Whenever a token gets created?
Yes.
Yeah, you'd get it.
Yeah, you would
So
create
you'd get
3 squirrels.
Yeah.
3 fucking squirrels with that.
Awesome. So the next card that I'm waiting for from before for my green white Soul Sister deck is Herd Baloth. Green 3. It's a creature, a beast creature. Whenever one or more +1/+1 counters are put on Herd Baloth, create a 4/4 green beast creature token. So with Soul Sisters and Heliad combo, it's infinite.
Yep.
Until you decide to stop it. So yeah, that's just where my white weenie deck is going to become green-white monstrous, or what's the word I'm looking for? Just big and wide.
Yeah, it's going to go very wide. I'm excited for when you get that deck put together, man. 100%. This thing's going to crush. I know it.
Hopefully. I'll just need to get some more Tron hate in it.
I'm going to kind of cheat with this one because I got 2 cards that are lands that are getting reprinted into Modern for the first time. Like, they're now going to be Modern legal. First up, we have Mishra's Factory. It's a land, taps to add colorless. You pay 1. Mishra's Factory becomes a 2/2 assembly worker artifact creature until end of turn. It's still a land, and it has an activated ability of tap target assembly worker creature gets +1/+1 till end of turn. One of the big things in the rack decks, they have mutavaults and stuff in there, and this could be just a strictly better upgrade for those. Because if you have multiple mutavaults or multiple Mishra's Factories out, the other ones are going to tap to make the 2/2 bigger. So like if you have 2 Mishra's Factories, you make one a creature, and then you swing and it's a 3/3. So 3 mana for a 3/3. Pretty good on rate, which is good for a deck strategy that doesn't really have a board presence because it's always discarding cards. And if you just play this, it doesn't seem too shabby.
No, it's a good blocker at least.
Right? And then the other one, the one that I'm more excited about is Riptide Laboratory. This one just got announced today. It's getting printed into Modern. It is a land that taps for colorless, and you pay blue 1, tap, return target wizard you control to its owner's hand. This and Snapcaster, this Inventor, Shaper Savant are in fucking love. Like, I have a mono blue wizards deck. Danny knows about this with Voidmade Prodigy, where I just sack wizards to counter spells and to draw cards and stuff. And as a way to like protect, my wizards from getting like pathed or board wiped and stuff like this, a Riptide Laboratory would be really good. So not only in that, but in like control decks too. Like if you're primary running Snapcasters and stuff, this wouldn't be too bad of an addition, I'd say. Though having a higher density of wizards in your deck could be necessary to get its full effects.
And the blue players are always saying green gets all the good cards.
Matt, speaking of being in love, I found a card I'm in love with.
Ooh, let's hear it.
It's Civilian of Sea and Sky. 1 colorless, 2 blue, legendary creature, Merfolk God.
Yep.
Civilian, whatever, of the Sea and Sky has indestructible as long as you control 2 other Merfolk. Whenever this card attacks, draw a card. Other Merfolk you control have Ward 1, and it's a 3/4. Boom, extra protection for my Merfolk. I'm so happy.
Yeah, I was just about to say, you got a Merfolk deck. So
happy.
And this is like, this thing's a god. It becomes indestructible if you control 2 other Merfolk. So it's like...
This card might make Modern Merfolk a thing again.
Yeah, we haven't seen Modern Merfolk in a long time.
It's because it had nothing. It didn't bring any... No cards were printed to help out after Dominaria, I think it was.
My question... question is, Merfolk can go like green-white, or blue-white or blue-green. Primarily when they go blue-white, they have the Unsettled Mariner, the changeling that all spells get. It has Ward 2 on all your creatures that shares a type with it. Is this going to replace it just because it's more powerful?
Probably.
Okay.
More than likely. I'm not sure.
It's 1 more mana, but the fact that it's a 3/4 and can be indestructible, making it harder for it to lose indestructible, because if you have 2 other Merfolks out...
Yes. It's got indestructible as long as you have 2 or more Merfolk out. It replenishes your hand when this card attacks, and the ability in Modern to easily make it so you can attack with unblockable creatures is easy.
Yeah.
Giving stuff Island Walk. Other creatures get Island Walk, and you just find a way to give them an island. It's pretty simple. And then this card also makes it so you can protect your other Merfolk. So if you have... it's a card I'm thinking of. The one where you must pay an extra 2 for spells and abilities.
Unsettled Mariner.
No. If a spell targets a Merfolk you control, you have to pay 2. The hell is that? God dang it!
Couldn't help you. I don't play Merfolk.
Yeah, I'm drawing.
Can't remember. Oh my god.
Well, as you guys ramble on trying to figure out what you want or what card it was, my next card is Peru the Volatile. It is black, white, red, 2 legendary creature, Elder Dragon. Flying lifelink. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Peru the Volatile unless you pay red, white, black. And when Peru dies, it deals 7 damage to each non-legendary creature. It's a 7/7. It's a commander with basically Wrath of God as his ability that you can trigger whenever you want at the beginning of your upkeep.
Or just
Cupola, Warden of Waves is what I'm thinking of.
Oh, okay. Also with Peru here, I think this is how it works. So when Peru dies, it deals the 7 damage. Maybe it doesn't work. I was about to say, I think because it has lifelink, you gain 7 life off of that. But I don't think so.
No, because it has to be on the field.
Right.
For it to gain lifelink.
I have a card here that I think Magic is just fucking with us now.
Let's hear it.
Are you sure you want to hear this one?
Are you gonna be able to pronounce his name?
No.
Come on. Give it
It
a
is.
try.
Magic is fucking with us right now. So I'll give my best college try here.
So here's the thing. Little backstory. It's a real card. It's a real
I know.
person. All the way from
stupid.
Alpha.
So it's Asmoran Namardiskad Mistinakaldrakar.
Yep.
I don't know. It has no mana cost, but that's probably coming later. Legendary creature, human wizard, legendary. As long as you've discarded a card this turn, you may pay a hybrid of black or red to cast this spell. When this card can eat a dick, I'm not going to pronounce it again, enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a card named the Underworld Cookbook. Reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle your library. Sacrifice 2 foods. Target creature deals 6 damage to itself. Now, the Underworld Cookbook is 1 colorless artifact. Tap it, discard a card, create a food token. Pay 4, tap it, sacrifice Underworld Cookbook, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand.
Dan, you gonna
Magic is fucking with us.
So, the other day, when this got released in Discord, I actually broke it up. Let me find it real quick.
While you're finding that, I will make my attempt at this. I know Gavin Verhey, he posted a video on how to pronounce it and stuff.
I'm glad you guys told me now, you dicks.
You're welcome.
Asmorano Mandacasti de Tina Kuldakar.
I was close.
Not even close.
I was close.
You're better than I was. Asmorano Mandicadea Istina Kuldakar.
So it's literally discarding cards to basically board wipe-ish, because you're just making creatures deal damage to themselves.
Yep.
The real question is like in the cat oven style decks, like, are they gonna have? No, you're not gonna be having prominence with this card because you're sacking the tokens to be dealing damage. But this gives you another option in those cat oven sack decks.
Yeah,
to, like, you make food,
bring it back, get a food, just because you need 2 cats in the oven to make 2 foods, so that way it can deal 6 damage to something. That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm interested in this now. It could be something. Danny, you got the...
Yeah, I found it. I found it where I broke it up.
Okay.
So it's Asmora no Mar de Kata Insta na Call Dar Car. Or Dakar.
You still couldn't say it, and you have the freaking broke down version.
Well, I have a speech impediment, so leave me the fuck alone.
Oh my god.
But I was reading the article, and they just call it Asmore. That was from the article from...
We just call it Dakar.
Well, yeah, you can.
I'm going to cast Dakar.
I was going to say, I'll just call it Asmora.
Okay, my card I want to talk about is Archon of Cruelty. Black 6 for a 6/6 Archon creature. Flying. When Archon of Cruelty enters the battlefield or attacks, target opponent sacrifices a creature or a planeswalker, discards a card, and loses 3 life. You draw a card and gain 3 life.
Nice.
It's an ETB or attacks. This is what Kroxa wishes he could be. But this can fit into those Kroxa-style decks. Because it's just a creature. You can Unburial Rights this thing, which is a very powerful card. You get a return a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. There's a new card called Persist in Commander, or in Modern Horizons.
This isn't for Commander, Matt.
Black 1, sorcery, return target non-legendary creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a -1/-1 counter on it. So for 2 mana,
the ability Persist got an actual card.
Yeah, you get a 5/5 that enters the battlefield. Your opponent sacks a creature or a planeswalker, discards a card, and loses 3 life. Like, the amount of recurring, because then you got like Barter in Blood is another way to recur this thing. I don't know. Like, this card, I know that there's going to be good things that can happen with this card.
Dredge is going to get a nice...
No, Reanimator completely. Right now...
I'm just saying Dredge. I suppose they'd have to cast it, but...
Yeah.
My next pet card is getting reprinted in Modern, and it's Mirage Wake.
Yeah, it is.
And the art looks sick.
Yeah, their full alternative art one. Not the sketch art, but the full art. If I'm not mistaken, I think this art is also printed as a Commander one, right? Nope.
No, it's the
No,
first
that's
time being printed.
It's the only time being printed like that. Okay, for some reason, I thought that there's...
Yeah, there was just the Soul Sisters, basically, and then the orb.
Yep, that one's good. The art on it is so good. It's going to reprint.
Yep.
It kind of needs it. Being up in the almost $30, $25, $30 range does kind of suck.
Yep.
I think we're well over our 5 each.
Are we?
I don't know about that. But my next one is Yavi Maya, Cradle of Growth. Legendary lands. Each land is a force in addition to its other types.
Yep. It's the Cabal Coffers for green.
And speaking of that,
Or,
that's getting reprinted too?
Urborg. It's the Urborg of green. But yeah, Cabal Coffers is here too. So Yavimaya, I'm excited for this one because in Infect, I think this card is easily going to be going into blue-green Infects. One of the biggest things that is its downfall when it sometimes makes it into the late game is that Inkmoth Nexus taps for colorless. And this will now make Inkmoth tap for green, which could be important.
Good.
So Modern Infect could be wanting this card. And of course, Commander players are going to want this card. Though, to be fair, Commander players want all the cards.
Well, this set isn't for Commander players.
Back off,
We've
Commander players.
We've already settled this. It's for Modern players. Are supposed to be.
Trent, you got a card?
He's like,
no.
He's like, I quit.
Oh no. So, Voidmere, 2 colorless artifact, legendary. Whenever a player casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast it, counter that spell.
You want to tell him, or do you want me to?
I've already talked about it.
No, I'm just looking at it. It's
Oh yeah.
setting to see. I have another one. Did you guys do the Sword of Hearth and Home?
We
did
have not.
A brand new frickin' sword.
One of the two so far.
Yeah,
there's three swords left.
Colorless artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has protection from green and white. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, exile up to 1 target creature you own. Search your library for a basic land card. Put both cards into the battlefield under your control, then shuffle. Equip 2.
This card is really good. Blink style decks, like I don't know necessarily in Modern if the Yorion Blink decks would want an equipment like this, but Stoneforge, this could be something in the Stoneforge package, maybe. It's
I think the green decks are gonna like it because like I don't know if it's more of a commander for me technically. I think it's the ETBs of getting land. It's just another landfall trigger for it.
Is this card, Danny, in your opinion, better than Sword of the Alchemist and Commander then?
What's Alchemist?
Sword of the Alchemist is...
I don't know many of the swords, sadly.
Or is it Alchemist Sword?
I don't know. You tell me. You're the guy who got me into Magic.
It's not Alchemist. Arcanist. Sword of something.
Just type sword. Sword of.
Animist. Alchemist. Sword of the Animist. 2 mana, 2/2 equipped. Legendary artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+1. When equipped creature attacks, you may search your library for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield, tap, then shuffle your library. This is a 3 mana, so 1 more mana for all in all, because Sword of the Animist is 4 mana total to use, and Sword of Home and Hearth is 5. But it gets you +2/+2, green, pro white, and it blinks a creature and gets you a land.
Yep. And that creature that you blink usually is going to have an ETB.
Yep.
So that could be another land. It could
That's
also be another creature or a spell that you can activate and all that fun stuff.
Exactly. Okay. Dude,
this card is definitely better than Sword of Animus.
I love this card. I'm excited to... Okay, so there are still the... we talked about this last week. There's the Demir sword that we haven't seen yet, the Gruul sword that we haven't seen yet, and...
Wasn't the Rakdos?
No, the Rakdos was Sinew and Steel that came out in the last Modern Horizons. Because we got the 5 swords and 2 swords last, which were Azorius, Simic. No, Simic is body and mind.
Azorius? No, that just Azorius.
Yeah, Azorius is Light and Justice. That was out in the last.
Oh, Light and Justice. Okay.
Golgari. It's the Golgari. No, Golgari was already made.
Matt, listen to the podcast. You know this.
I know. What's the other one, Danny?
I don't know. I have a memory of a gnat.
No, you said Gruul.
Yeah.
What is black green?
Golgari.
You said that one.
Yeah.
I think
those are the only 2. Yeah, because War and Peace was another one.
Yeah.
So those are the only 2.
This was one of the 3 that we were missing.
Yeah, it was. So yeah, we're just missing 2: Gruul and Demir.
Yeah.
There we go.
So yeah, and we're thinking that the other 2 are going to get spoiled by the end of spoil season because they're not going to just do 1 and then have 1 for some random set. That just wouldn't make sense.
Okay, I got a card I want to talk about now.
Which one?
Ignoble Hierarch.
Ooh.
Ignoble Hierarch is green for a 0/1 creature goblin shaman with Exalted. So when a creature you control attacks alone, that creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn, and it taps to add black, red, or green. I am happy about this because this is going to be making another Infect deck for me. I got a Golgari Infect deck that loves Phyrexian Crusader, and a more consistent way to drop a Phyrexian Crusader on turn 2 seems really good to me. Phyrexian Crusader is black 1 for a 2/2 first strike Infect creature with pro red and pro white. The thing dodges push, dodges lightning bolt and path to exile, and it needs a revolted fatal push to be able to take down. And this thing can just blaze right on through so much stuff in Infect. So like a black-green Infect deck with a Noble Hierarch instead of Noble Hierarch is, oh my god, I'm excited for this. I want to pick up a bunch of them, but unfortunately they're pre-selling for $45. Fuck me.
Well, yeah, it's a 1-drop creature that creates 3 different lands.
I got one for you guys.
What is it?
Dagon, the Shadow Slayer. It's a planeswalker. White, blue, black. Dagon, Shadow Slayer, enters the battlefield with a number of loyalty counters on him equal to the number of lands you control. +1, Surveil 2. -3, exile target creature. -6, you may put an artifact card from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield.
When you get that alt, you can do the Mindslaver lock.
Yes, you can.
I don't think you can get the Mindslaver lock. It helps you get to the Mindslaver lock. You'd have to figure out a way to like blink the Dagon as well to
sort of what was it? Sort of Hearth and Home.
That's only a creature that it can blink.
Oh, that's right.
Something that blinks a permanent. Teferi's Time Ravel or something like that. It's blue 1 instant, came out in War of the Spark. You can blink a creature or a planeswalker you control when it re-enters the battlefield and enters with an additional +1 counter or a loyalty counter. So that in this could be good. I'm excited as well because Surveil is getting more love in this, and Surveil is one of my is a mechanic that I like. Honestly, I think Surveil is better than Scry, and that there's now going to be more cards with Surveil makes me a very happy Magic player. I have a card that I want to talk about that's not a Surveil card, but it is a card that's in my wheelhouse of color combinations. We got Gaeadrone Daihata. This is an old school character in Magic lore, and I know I butchered the name, but it's a planeswalker for red, black, blue, 1, 4 loyalty. It has protection from permanents with corruption counters on them. As a +1 of each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life, put a corruption counter on up to 1 other target creature or planeswalker. Has a -3, gain control of target creature or planeswalker till end of turn, untap it and put a corruption counter on it. It gains haste until end of turn. And then it has a -7, gain control of each permanent with a corruption counter on it. This is Grixis control happy days for me. Oh my god. So that Grixis deck that I was mentioning earlier in the Salt report that I'm brewing on, like this card wants to be in there so badly. So badly. The fact that it protects itself, it gains you life, it protects itself. It doesn't protect you. Like putting a corruption counter on a Swift Spear is good for Dihada, but not good for you. You're still getting hits. But Dihada is going to make it very nice when you can go to the long game and start to stabilize out. I like this card a lot.
Pretty good card.
One more card each.
Sure. I guess my last card, just because it's kind of a crazy card. Scion of Draco. It's a 12 colorless for casting, but it has Domain. This spell costs 2 less to cast for each basic land type among lands you control. So in theory, you could cast this 12-drop for 2. Has flying. Each creature you control has vigilant if it's white, hexproof if it's blue, lifelink if it's black, first strike if it's red, and trample if it's green. It's a 4/4.
I think this card is going to be seeing more play in Commander. I could be wrong.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But you can cast this on turn 2.
Don't say that too loudly.
Yeah, Matt, this is for Modern, not commander.
So that's what I'm going to tell you. You can cast this on turn 2 in Modern. If turn 1 you play a fetch and fetch a Triome, turn 2 you get another fetch and you fetch the other 2 colors that Triome doesn't have. So let's say the Sultai Triome is the first one you grab, and then you grab the red and white Arid Mesa. No, Arid Mesa is the fetch land. Sacred Foundry, and you grab that. You have all 5 basic land types, and you can cast that for 2. And all you're doing is on turn 2 getting a 4/4 flyer. I mean, maybe in like Hollow One style decks, maybe. Because casting like vanilla creatures for super low cost is kind of what they're known for. Maybe.
Or token deck.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, this isn't even considering like the creatures with colors, like the keywords that they gain.
Yep.
That could be something.
I got my card if you guys are ready.
Let's hear it.
Go for it.
I can't wait to add it to the deck of the week when we get to that too.
If we get there.
Sanctum Prelate. 1 colorless, 2 white, creature, human cleric. As Sanctum Prelate enters the battlefield, choose a number. Non-creature spells with converted mana cost equal to the chosen number can't be cast for 2, and it's a 2/2.
This is a good card.
I love this. I can't wait.
This was
going right in the deck.
This is already printed in Conspiracy. This is one of those.
Is it?
Yep. This is one of those ones that got reprinted strictly into Modern.
And isn't this the buy box?
This is the buy box. Yep.
Oh man.
Yeah, and it's time shifted too.
So going into the deck.
It's a powerful card.
Oh my gosh, yes. Look at that. I almost like this art better.
And yeah, I already said my piece with all my cards. I know there's a bunch of other things in here that I'd love to talk about that are like blue and free spells, like suspend and things like that. Actually, maybe I will talk about.
Hey Matt,
I got the one I want to talk about real quick. What?
How's our time doing?
Let's go to the next thing.
Cha-ching.
So from there, let's jump to the finance section, guys, because, we're greedy Magic players. We like to know what our cards are worth or where we can start making some financial Magic plays or stuff like that.
Invest in reserve list.
Heard it here first from Danny, folks.
I'm just kidding. Don't do it. It's a lot of money.
All right. First off, in Weekly Winners, it's an amazing article that is written by the lovely people over at mtgstocks.com. Highly recommend you check out that site. Hashtag not sponsored. They have an article that comes up every Friday where they talk about 3 cards that move up in price and 3 cards that move down in price. This week, we have a special squirrel section because there's a lot of squirrels.
Squirrel section.
Yeah, Danny, pay attention if you're going to be making that squirrel modern deck. But first up, we have a card from Odyssey, Upheaval, blue 4 for a sorcery, return all permanents to their owner's hand. It's now chilling at $24.94, the Odyssey print. The reason why this card has jumped up over 900% is because it is getting played in Modern now, or it will be getting played in Modern. It was shown in the Modern Horizons 2 previews to be one of the print to Modern cards.
Since it's banned in Commander.
Yes, this card is banned in Commander.
What? Oh man.
Yeah, it's 6 mana. Return all permanents to their owner's hand. That's like the embodiment of a feel bad. So the jump in price in this is primarily like people speculating that this could be a very powerful card in Modern, and if that's the case, people like the old borders. This one doesn't have an old border treatment in Modern Horizons 2, and because of that, you got people out there like, oh, people are going to want the old border, so they were picking them up and the price moved up. But you can still find Odyssey Upheavals for around $4, so keep that in mind. Foils, on the other hand, ridiculously high.
Oh, yeah.
They are $186 when back in December a foil was $21.
Crazy stocks.
Right? Dakin Blackblade from this one is from Chronicles specifically. The Legends one we'll talk about here in a second in the same sentence, but it jumped up 838%, now chilling at $16.98. Dakin Blackblade is a black, blue, white 2 for a star human legendary warrior. Dakin Blackblade's power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. This card's moved up just primarily for the hype of having a Dakin Blackblade commander deck, or just like having, because it's not Modern legal, primarily for that, but having a Dakin commander deck, the flavor is there and stuff. So the Chronicles is cheaper.
Like $3.
Yeah. But the Legends, which only have it's the black border, darker version, is $145. But there's some people online that are selling this for around $700. Those are price spikes that aren't going to last. Don't be buying into that. If you have them, no one's going to buy them for that price. I'm sorry. You don't have a gold mine on something like that. But yeah, that has moved up in price primarily for Commander theme decks.
Mm-hmm. What's next on the list?
Next on the list, we have a mill card that was brought up last week in Sanity Grinding. This card has jumped up to $20.50 before last week. You can find it for $2. Almost 6 times its price. Another spike. So Sanity Grinding is blue sorcery with chroma. Reveal the top 10 cards of your library. For each blue mana symbol in the mana cost of the revealed cards, target opponent puts the top card of their library into their graveyard. Then put the cards you revealed this way at the bottom of your library in any order. I want to point out that last part, in any order. Choosing the bottom of your library can be good for certain things. I don't know if there's any particular reason for that, but highlighting that here. It's with a new card called Fractured Sanity, which is the new to Horizons 2 blue sorcery. Each opponent mills 14 cards and it has cycling of blue 1. Having multiples of these can like really hit your opponent a lot for a lot of cards. And modern mill decks, people are expecting this to be in there. And in Commander, Brewavec style decks was already playing Sanity Grinding, so more people that want to make a Brewavec deck are probably going to be looking towards Sanity Grinding. Right now, you can still find them for about $4.50 at a market price. People are selling them for $19 to $20. So,
yep.
Look for the cheap versions, folks. And the thing with this is an Eventide set. One of the biggest things that always comes up with like Eventide, Morningtide, Shadowmoor, and things like that are they were printed in a time during the 2008 recession, and it's always noted by every financier in the Magic world that it's like these are sets that did not get bought a lot of because nobody had money and stuff like that. So these are cards that if you do pick them up for cheap, they can move up in price and you could benefit from them pretty well.
Yep.
So, I mean, keep that in mind. But again, when it comes to speculation on stuff like that, that's gambling. It's just blatant gambling, just with a different name, I'd say. So, you do, you boo.
Okay.
Danny, you want to tell us about the Squirrel Edition?
Yes.
Okay.
So we have a special Squirrel Edition. I don't know. Whatever. For the squirrel who are new to Magic, people are popular. For the people who are new to Magic, squirrels are popular. Like really popular. Every time a squirrel gets printed, there's a new renewal hype around it, and especially in Commanderland. Turns out for Modern Horizons 2, Wizards had been paying extra attention to this tribal. We have seen multiple cards spoiled that are or have something to do with squirrels. Like we talked about earlier, Chatterfang Squirrel General. We have Chatterstorm, which is a green 1-drop sorcery, create a 1/1 green squirrel creature token, and then Storm.
This thing is strictly better, in my opinion, than Empty the Warrens, which is red 2, create goblins, and then it has Storm as well. Cheaper and in green, but people are like, green Storm can't be a thing. You have Manamorphose.
Right.
You have Manamorphose. Keep the red ritual spells and stuff, like do red Storm, and then when Manamorphose comes to cast your green, when it comes time to cast your green spells with Storm, you just Manamorphose to get the green. Like, I don't know, it's not that.
And then next card is Drykeeper. It's green, black 3, elf, druid. Whenever Drykeeper enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 green squirrel creature tokens. With black 3 swirls you control get +1/+0 and gain menace until turn to 2/2. And the one we talked about last week is Golgari Hybrid, Ravenous Squirrel. Whenever you sacrifice an artifact or creature, put a 1/1 counter on Ravenous Squirrel, and then black-green 1, sacrifice an artifact or creature, you gain 1 life and draw a card. Just for that ability, you put a 1/1 counter on them, you draw a card, and you gain life. It's a 1/1. Then we have Squirrel Mob, green 1, Squirrel Mob, and gets +1/+1 for each other squirrel on the battlefield. That's fucking crazy. It's a rare, and it's not a legendary.
It's a reprint from Odyssey, if I'm not mistaken.
Absolute legendary.
It's getting printed in Modern for the first time.
Yeah, we have Squirrel Sanctuary that Matt talked about earlier. We have Squirrel Sovereign. Green 1, other squirrels you control get +1/+1. It's a 2/2. We have Underworld Hermit, black 4, Human Peasant. When Underworld Hermit enters battlefield, create a number of 1/1 green squirrel creatures equal to your devotion to black. We have Verdict Command. Green 1, instant, choose 2. Target player creates 2 tapped 1/1 green squirrel creature tokens. Counter target loyalty ability of a planeswalker. Exile target card from the graveyard. Target player gains 3 life. That counter target loyalty ability is great.
I'm excited to see what that card does. I think it's like a low-key sleeper maybe, just because it gets you some tokens. Unfortunately, they're tapped that they make them. But exiling a card from a graveyard, like if someone decides to try and like Snapcaster back something, or if they dredge something, because a dredge trigger goes on the stack and you can exile a thing. I mean, they're going to get the dredge, but you get rid of the creature.
What doesn't that stop in the breach?
From the graveyard? No.
In the breach or through the breach?
Through the breach,
Yeah,
man.
through the breach, they put it into the battlefield from their hand. So
Yeah, but then once it goes to the graveyard, you shuffle it into the library, you stop that.
yeah. So because Emrakul would go into the graveyard, trigger on the stack to shuffle it in.
Yep. So you
then
just
can
stop.
instant speed
You just stop that.
nugget there.
There's an answer for that now. So what does moving along, Darko? So what does that mean? It means a lot of existing cards revolving around squirrels as well have gone up. Let's look at the most popular ones we've seen go up in the past week. First off, we have Nut Collector, currently sitting at $49.99. It's at a 109% increase. It is green 5. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may put a 1/1 green squirrel creature token into play. With Threshold, all squirrels get +2/+2. That's bonkers.
This card was super cheap back before Unsanctioned. The unset that came out in January or February of 2020, because it was super cheap to pick up then, but then as soon as that came around, it jumped up to like $40 and then dipped down in popularity, and now more squirrels. So this is just showing that, good squirrel cards do move up, then they plateau, and then they jump up again when more squirrels happen, like Squirrel Hype Man.
Yep. It's like the meme 15 squirrels killed Emrakul. Next up, we have Deep Forest Hermit. It's currently sitting at a $4.95 price, 102% increase. It is green 3, Elf Druid, vanishing 3. When Deep Forest Hermit enters the battlefield, create 4 1/1 green squirrel creature tokens. Squirrels you control get +1/+1.
There you go. Sword of Hearth and Home, right there. Blink this.
Yep.
This one is in Modern. It was printed in Modern Horizon 1. And it gets a actually time-shifted card in Modern Horizons 2. It's getting the old border treatment.
Yep. Next up, we have Druid's Call, currently sitting at $18.96, or 18.96, 90% increase. It is green 1. Whenever an enchanted creature is dealt damage, its controller puts that many 1/1 green squirrel creature tokens into play. It's an aura, so it's an enchanted creature. So yeah, it's okay. You put this on what? Stuffy Doll?
Yeah, you can put it on anything indestructible and just block for days, make more tokens. Or, I don't know, you can have a way to like maybe flash this in and block a non-trampling creature, and all that damage would get dealt to that creature, and you make all those tokens in response. Another possibility, because Vidalcan Orrery is a thing.
Yep.
And is there a way to cast enchantments at flash speed in green?
I don't think so. At least not that I know.
I think there's a Vivian, a Planeswalker that gives your stuff flash.
I think the flash is only for
Oh, yep. Because
creatures, right?
Yes.
Let's take a...
I believe so.
Oh, it might just be creatures, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, because I have it in my beta version, or in what's the word I'm looking for? In the process of making Flash Elf deck for Commander.
Let's see. Vivian is...
It's the flip one.
It's the flip one.
Go up.
Vivian had a flip one?
Go up. Go up.
No, I don't think it was the flip one. This one. Cast Vivian,
Oh,
Champion
yeah.
of the Wilds. 3 mana. You may cast creature spells as though
Yeah.
they had flash. And then the Monster's Advocate, you may cast creature spells from the top of your library.
Yep.
So, womp womp.
Anyway, back on topic. Next up, we have Deranged Hermit, currently sitting at $125.99. It's a 26% increase. Green 3 for Summon Elf with Echo. When Deranged Hermit comes into play. Put 4 squirrel tokens into play. Create those tokens as a 1/1 green creatures. All squirrels get +1/+1. So yeah, it's bonkers for squirrels.
I can't wait to see your list, Danny, of making your modern squirrels.
I'm gonna try.
We got you.
It's
gonna be
just I'm taking JB's name away from him.
No, squirrels are cool and all, but can we get goats?
Ooh.
No.
We
want goats.
Goats are going to be the next meme thing, right? Then, if that's the case,
it better be, because we only got 4 goats.
Yeah, it's only a handful of goats, and the goats are always like tokens. The newest one that I can think of is from Woe Strider, because it creates an 0/1 goat creature token.
No idea.
That came out in Theros. But Trent, give us these cheap pickups.
Oh, boy. The cheap pickups for today. At this point, we have Muxus, Goblin Grandy.
Correct.
Wow, I got that right.
Good job.
Shut up.
No.
It's a legendary creature, Goblin Noble. It's a battlefield. Reveal the top 6 cards of your library. Put all Goblin creature cards with converted mana cost 5 or less from among them onto the battlefield, and the rest in the bottom of your library in random order. When Muxus attacks, it gets +1/+1 on a turn for each other goblin you control.
Yep.
It's at about $16.75. So she's fallen. Next, we have Panharmonicon. Artifact for 4. If an artifact or creature entering the battlefield would cause an ability to trigger an ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Panharmonicon's sitting about $10 at the moment. And finally, we have Grove of the Burn Willows. It's a land. You can tap it for a colorless, or you can tap it for a red or green. Each opponent gains 1 life. And it is $6 at the moment.
This one's the new Zendikar Rising Expedition.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember if you said for Panharmonicon if that was the Time Spiral Remastered.
Oh, no, I didn't say Time Spiral. No, I didn't say any of them, I guess.
Yep, that was the Time Spiral Remastered. Muxus is the Jumpstart printing. And I think Muxus is only printed in Jumpstarts. Yeah, it's only printed in Jumpstart, so you only had the one option. But there's your weekly finance report gone on.
Heck yeah.
If you guys want to be picking up any of these cards, maybe squirrel cards, if you're the person that has a bunch of squirrel cards and you want to sell them at a high price and get notified when is the right time to sell, go check out tcgsniper.com. Sign up, make an account. And the cool thing about TCG Sniper is it's a site that allows you to input cards and get notified if a card moves up or down in price. And that's beneficial if you have a lot of squirrel cards that you want to sell to Danny, and Danny wants to buy at like $10. And right now they're at like $5.
That's way too much money.
You have a nut collector. You want to know when it goes up to $100. You can set that in at TCG Sniper, and you'll get notified, and then you can put it up and sell it and, profit as much as you can. Same is true in the reverse. Let's say you want to be able to pick up some of these cards that are moving down. Panharmonicon, the Time Spiral Remastered Edition. You think $10 is a little much? It can go down a little more. You can enter that in and get notified if it drops to like $7, $5. Then you can jump on that and buy them.
$2.
Still wait for Ren and 6 to be $10. I'm hoping every day TCG's like, hey, look, Ren and 6, $10. Yes.
Good luck with that one.
But, it's still like $70.
And when you go over and create an account, go let them know. Make sure to let them know that the guys over at This Week in MTG sent you. You will get a 3-month trial of their Plus program where you can add 50 cards, and also you can put in product and stuff there as well, as JB would say if he were here. But TCG Sniper, let them know that we sent you. Get 3 months of the Plus. It's worth checking out. What are you losing? You're losing nothing. But now
you're losing money if you keep buying cards.
Yeah. But from there, we have a deck of the week. Oh, man. What do we got a deck of the week? Let me double check the time. We do not have a deck of the week this week.
Oh, that's a shame.
We're at 2 hours. Trent, we would love to have you on, though, for the Home Brews with Hometown Brews. We'll give a little pitch here. Maybe that'll motivate us more to actually do this segment that we're talking about. So the segment, Trent, and for all of our good listeners out there, is we're going to have a special podcast episode that comes out where we just talk with our friends in the area, get them onto the podcast. They talk about their deck, its highlights, how it plays, and all that stuff for as long as they want while drinking beer. See,
I am so game.
that sounds like a fun time to us because,
Because the deck of the week that I have wasn't good enough.
we're at 2
A
hours.
hometown brew. It's all right.
Well, yeah, so the hometown brew comes from, we'd pick up like a Drecker beer, or we'd pick up a Fargo beer, or a Ice House beer, or a John Conrath, or something from Perm, or Detroit Lakes, any local brewing company near us. We'd want to drink it.
Brewing
something
place
that's
in
not
We don't want,
nationwide.
yeah, no Bush, no PBR here.
No domestics.
But that's a rough idea. We're
We'll have a
I think-
list of names that we want to get you guys to take a poll on, see which ones you like, which ones we're actually going to go with.
okay.
Because we've spit, 3 or 4 of them back and forth
For what?
for names.
Oh, for
For
names.
the segments.
Oh yeah, because we got more names. I guess we'll make a poll of that. I'll say them here. I can't pull it up without having that pop away. You go into that chat there and pull it up. I think I had local brew times 2 was a name possibility.
Oh, yep. Give me a second.
Yeah, and that's because it's like local home brews with local beer brews. Something along those lines we're working with.
All right, that was in the actual.
Yeah, the admin one.
Yep. So we had. Oh, you came up with local brews times 2, or double MTG brews.
Yeah, with the double MTG brews, it was like off of double IPA brews.
Yep.
Something like that. Anyways, I guess we'll put a poll up, see what people think. Trent, we'd love to have you on for that, and when we get that going. Well, and the cool thing with that is like we could do a crap ton of those in a row, and then just like drop them
Yeah.
and stuff.
We could do like a monthly thing or a weekly thing.
Pepper them
or-
in there.
Yeah. Just random shit.
Salt Bay that thing in there.
Yep.
Yeah, let's figure out some dates now. We have now made it live that this has been something we've been talking about. We're gonna start it. You all keep us responsible.
I am game for that.
Well, if you guys made it to the end of this episode, first off,
We feel sorry for you.
your
Why
legendary,
are you still listening to us first off?
your legendary magic folk.
2 hours of recording time. Why are you still listening to us? Even mine doesn't go this long.
Thank you so very much. Oh my God. Make sure to follow us on all of the podcast platforms where better podcasts can be found. Stitcher, Spotify, Google, Apple, all that jazz. You can find us online on multiple different locations, but everything is in a nice, tidy little Linktree URL, and that URL is linktr.ee/thisweekinmtg. I can't just say linktree.com because it's not that. So that URL again is linktr.ee/thisweekinmtg. It has links to our Discord, to our Patreon, to our Moxfield, to J-Dubs. And speaking of J-Dubs, go check out J-Dubs. Thank them for deciding to sponsor a 2-hour-long podcast. We're going to hit them up here and maybe do some more box openings, especially with Modern Horizons 2 coming out.
Yep.
Who would love to see us open a bunch of Modern Horizons 2 and lose our shit? Haven't done that in a while. We didn't do Strixhaven, unfortunately.
You have a fat back up there.
Had a fat pack. We can do that again. But that's a fat pack, not a booster box. Anyways, thank you guys for making it to the end of this episode. If you guys would love to follow a great podcast, we have a great guy right here that I'd love to tell us about real quick. Plug yourself,
Oh,
Trent.
me. Oh.
Yeah, we're giving you a plug.
Oh, cool. Well, it's about time.
Oh, okay, that's it. That's the podcast. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. Have a
Wait,
good one.
wait. He already gave his plug at the beginning.
Yeah, we got to make you
No,
do it yourself
yeah.
again.
Run a podcast called Deep Fried Conspiracies, where we just have fun talking about conspiracies. Sometimes they're complete bullshit. Sometimes we actually believe them. Who knows? It's up for you to decide. If you want to listen to us, we are on anywhere you can find podcasts. You can hit us up on the Discords. All that's in the show notes if you go into any of the podcasting, anything. Otherwise, come check us out. Deep Fried Conspiracies. Just want to say thank you guys for having me back on. Don't know why you had me back on, but
Because you're the last person we can think of.
yeah, it usually makes sense. That's why Matt hit me first.
Probably.
Trent, thank you so much for joining us last minute on this one.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you have anything else to do.
And with that, magic folk, we will catch you
Not wrong.
next time.
See ya.
Bye-bye. Ba-da-da, da-da-da. That's how that goes.